Congratulations, you're in. I know you're going to have a lot of aha moments, and I'm glad that you've taken this leap. Welcome to your new proven growth system for short form content. We're going to get deep. Oh, believe you me, we're going to get deep. So let's talk about what we've got coming up. We're going to clarify a huge lie. You've been fed a lie, and I'm going to fix that today. We're going to tell you what you're doing wrong. We're going to friggin' fix that too. We're going to tell you about this chappy here and why you just like him and why that's a bad thing when it comes to short form content. Good thing for everything else, bad thing short form content. I'm going to show you some different formats. We're going to get sort of stuck into them, and then we're going to talk about how you can apply those to your niche, any niche, don't friggin' matter. We're going to get you out of this toxic creator cycle, and we're going to talk a little bit about it and why you need to get out of it, because this is where you're currently at, and it's not good. It's not good for the old noggin. And then we're going to do a bit of this using this. It's going to be the first lesson. Then we're going to move on to the second lesson. They go hand in glove. You can't do one without the other. We're going to talk about executing packaging for the platform. To give you one of these, a bit of a recipe to make your content. We're going to get stuck into that. And then I'm going to show you how to do it with as little planning as possible. And you can see this video, man, it did 2.5 million views, and that's literally all I wrote before I went into it. Just a little tiny bit in my notes app. But one thing I've learned is that only 2% of people finish all the courses they buy. How friggin' mind-blowing is that? You've paid for it, so you might as well friggin' finish it. Honestly, if you want to get the most out of this, you're going to need to watch all the lessons, because like I say, they go hand in glove. And as you go through it, you'll see that the first things that we kind of talk about are kind of the theory that are going to get you there. And then the second thing that we talk about is how you're going to put that theory into practice. So you need both parts. So don't be one of them friggin' 98%ers that don't finish. I need you to finish this course. I need you to make some great content. I've barely got any time to make videos anymore, so I'm living vicariously through you. So finish the course, make some content. And you can do it with nothing but a phone or something that films in 4K. If you've got a nice camera, you've got a nice camera, but you probably can't do it on a Nokia 3310 unless the new ones have 4K video capability, because they have remade it. What I will say is I won't get caught up on all this other stuff. If you're going to improve anything else, improve your audio. People will forgive bad video, but they won't necessarily forgive bad audio. In terms of the other things, if you do improve your lighting, I would do that before improving your camera. I would just use a phone in the meantime. Some of the greatest viral videos on the internet, friggin' Charlie Bit My Finger, you know, the classics, they were all just filmed on a phone, and probably not as good as the one you've got right now. So I wouldn't stress about that. I would just remember as well that good edits don't equal a viral video necessarily. They can do, but it doesn't always mean just because you've got a great edit that you're going to have something viral, which is a bit of a shame because I've nailed the editing game as it happens. But to be fair, I wouldn't farm any of the editing out yet. I wouldn't pay someone to edit your content until we find you the thing that works. Once you find the thing that works, then sure, that would be the first thing you'd invest in, probably getting someone to help you create more of it. But there's no point in creating loads of good edits of something that people don't want to watch. So save your money in the short term and don't do that. Whenever I'm working with anyone, from sort of small creators to massive brands, I always sort of ask the same question first. Why do you want to be seen? And I think it's a really important question to ask yourself, because hopefully it's part of a wider goal. Hopefully you're going to try and drive some income or something like that with this system. And you need to ask yourself this question, because it's going to be the thing that motivates you, drives you, holds you accountable. And that's the biggest thing. Even when people find these formats, they just stop making videos. I see it all the time. Even people I've worked with, and we've found them something, they've paid me money to find them something, and then they just stop doing it. And I think if you can answer this question really clearly, it makes everything else that you're going to do a lot easier. So the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, why do you want to be seen? And then from there, remember that all the way through this, from, you know, the theory to the practical to actually applying this to your own content, to filming and editing and going out and posting those videos. I think if you just keep that in the back of your mind all the time and always revisit that question, you're going to have a much more positive experience through the whole sort of creator journey and the sort of social media journey that you're on. So ask yourself that right this very friggin' minute. And then once you've done that, let's get stuck in and let's make some friggin' viral content, shall we? Last thing before we move on then, if you're interested in working with me to get the results quicker, then you can head to this website and you can come and work with me. I've got no doubt that you'll get there on your own just with the information in this course. In fact, people are every day. But if you want some help, you want to speed up the process, you want a little bit of support, or you just want someone to hold you accountable and someone to kind of coach you through it, then that option's available as well. There'll be a link in every description of every video, and you can head to that website and you can work directly with me. It is first come, first serve, and I do have a bit of an extended offer at the back end of this course. Anyway, without frigging further ado, let's get stuck into it.